When our baby was born in the hospital at the time of discharge, we were given two important documents. This discharge summary, as you can see, we had not come with baby's name yet. So it just mentioned mother's first name, last name, and in between gender of the baby. That's how we got the discharge summary. Then it had details of baby. We also got a temporary OHIP number. This is the temporary OHIP number which was given to us, and this was valid for 8 weeks before we could get baby's OHIP card. So the discharge summary had hospital detail, including who the doctor was, and this is how you too will get the discharge summary. If it is a midwife or birthing center, they won't get you this document from their end. Once you have this document, and once baby has a name, whether it is on the first day or if you are undecided and later on you name the baby, once you're ready for the registration of birth. You need to have baby's name and then these details for you to go and do the registration. Whatever status parent has in Canada, be it citizen, PR, work permit, student, visitor visa, SLM, if baby is born in Ontario, then this is the website where you'll have to come to do the register of birth online. So once we come down here, you see apply now, register birth, apply for birth certificate and more with 5-in-1 newborn bundle. Let me come down. So what is this 5-in-1 newborn bundle? Your child's birth, that is online you will go and do the birth registration. That will be the record with the government. Then you will apply for birth certificate, which is not free. I'll show you. It has a cost. Then you apply for social insurance number, Canada Child Benefit, and then request an education saving referral. Based on your status in Canada and the response what you're giving in this application form, you will be notified on what all you qualify for and what you don't qualify. So it is important that you fill this document correctly. It's very simple, straightforward. All you need to do is fill document correctly. This is the receipt I got after submitting the application. And here, as I mentioned, the birth registration is free. Birth certificate, here it costed $25. Then another birth certificate, that is certified copy of birth registration, that costed $35. If you want to apply for child's Canada passport, which most of you would know, in that case, you would need this certified copy of birth registration, which at the time of application, you will submit to Passport Canada and they will keep this certified document with them. This will not be returned to you. So you will need this document for applying of baby's passport. I've made a separate video on how to apply for Canada passport for the baby. And if you have any association with India and you want to apply for OCI for baby, I have again made video on that, so you can check that out. When it comes to the timeline, if you have child's name, then registering childbirth is almost instant. You can go and do this online. Now, when it comes to the birth registration certificate, that is the birth certificate with parental information or birth certificate only, and in all probability, you will require certified copy of birth registration. This takes 6 to 8 weeks. It's chargeable and it takes 6 to 8 weeks plus the time which Canada Post will take to deliver it to you. So you'll have to keep this in mind, and you can only initiate for this once you have the child's name. Then once you have this and you initiate for passport is another at least 2 weeks timeline. To get baby's passport, it will take 8 to 10 weeks as a process if you start from day one. Once you have the hospital information and baby's name with you, click on this 5-in-1 newborn bundle. Then come down, apply for 5-in-1 newborn bundle. Once you click here, you see here, you will be able to see the progress, register the birth, and this will establish permanent legal record, ordering a birth certificate, which I just showed to you. It will cost $25 or $35 depending on which one you choose, and then apply for additional services like Canada Child Benefit, social insurance number, and then request for additional registered education saving plan option. Click here on register now, and then we are taken to this before you begin section. I will get started. Eligibility and setup, part 1 of 5. So here the question is, was the child born in Ontario? In our case, the answer was yes. When was this child born? So I'm just showing you a date. Okay, so I'm giving you a date here, and then you click continue. Is this child deceased? This is part 2. The answer is no. If it is yes, then this section can be read. Are one or more parent unable to certify this birth due to incapacitating illness or death? In our case, the answer is no. We both were present to certify. If the answer is different, say yes. Then what does it mean? You can go and click and read. Then you go to continue. And on part 3, was this child born through surrogacy? In our case, it was no. Is this child in legal custody or care and control of person other than the parents? The answer is no, and continue. You have to choose whatever is applicable. Was this a single or multiple birth? Now, once I click on drop down, you see single, twin, triplet, quadruplet, quintuplet, whatever it is, you choose that. In our case, single. Was this child delivered by a person other than doctor or midwife? In our case, the answer is no, and then continue. Then the part 5, how many parents will be listed, named on the birth registration? So you see here, there are 4 different options. 1 parent, 2, 3, 4. In our case, my wife and I, so chose 2, and then continue. Now, this section asks for the child name. So as I said, we had not decided when we were in hospital, and we decided on a name. Now you see, the first name is getting filled, and then the last name is entered. And in case middle name is not there, check this not applicable section, and then you can read this if you want. Make sure you're not making any mistake with baby's name. I'm saying this in particular because if you make mistake with baby's name, then you will have to go through a legal name change process. I have made a video where it will be another process itself before you can get the document as per the baby's name. So when you're entering, check, recheck, cross-check. There is no way system can make error, because whatever you're going to enter here, that is the same detail which will come on the certificate. Do the parents agree on this last name? Yes. The child will not have a first and last name, but will be given a single name in accordance with the child's or their parents' traditional culture. What is single name? You can go and read this. In case it's a single name, you check this box and you will get to enter the detail. When I was filling in, I was actually thinking not to go with the last name. One practical problem which I saw, like in my mother's name, there is no last name. So whenever she has to open a bank account or do some of the online transactions, unless the last name is written, and that too it cannot be an initial, it has to be in word, more than 2 or 3 letters. Unless it is there, she is not able to do the transaction. I did not want my daughter to, go through the same problem. That's why we choose to have last name. So instead of keeping the name very simple, we just added the last name also. And this is one thing, which you might also think of when you are choosing child's name. Whatever you entered the name there, it gets reflected here. And then sex of the child, female, weight at birth. I looked at the hospital record. It shows in grams. In case you want in pounds and ounce, then you choose this. So enter the gram, whichever was recorded on the hospital document. You can see the hospital record if you have. In which city or town was the child born? When you choose the city, like say Toronto, it automatically shows you if it is hospital. I click here on hospital. It starts to reflect the list of hospital in Toronto, say Humber River Hospital, for example, and then who delivered. In our case, it was the doctor. So I select doctor, and then doctor's first name and last name is given. If there is no first name and last name and it is a single name, then this is the option. So enter the doctor's name. Here it will just be the name, no doctor, no abbreviation of doctor, just the name. Okay, once this is entered and click continue, confirm detail about child's name, whatever I made entry, same thing gets reflected here. So this is a good way to review what is there in the document. The same thing will go in the birth certificate document. So be careful, look at these details, and it also shows you the sample of how this is going to look. So if you click here, you get to see how this entry will be. It has first name, last name, sex of the child, date of birth, name of the hospital, place of birth, and then the regional municipality. So this detail is given. Take time to check this thoroughly. You cannot make mistake, otherwise you have to go through the legal name change process. And then continue. Now comes to the section where parents detail are asked. So the first parent name I entered was of my wife. She has first name and last name. There's no middle name. I entered the detail. Why this is? Because the question which gets asked is that did this parent give birth to the child? Answer is yes. It makes it easy. And then name of the next parent. So I have first and last name. I make the entry. Once I fill this detail, you see here mother as well as father's name is shown. So you have way to check if the name is correct, and it shows who gave birth. Now once I click continue, about the parent, now more details are getting asked. Parent's title, mother, come down. What was the marital status on November 6, 2021? That is on the day baby was born. We were married, so we chose this. In the drop down, you have other options. Duration of pregnancy, 37 weeks. This was again recorded on the hospital document. Has the lady previously given birth to any children, live born or stillborn, before this date? The answer is no. When was this parent born? You enter the date of birth accordingly. The date has been entered. Did this parent have different last name when they were born? My wife never changed her name even after marriage, so it was easy. In case there is a change, the option have to be selected. In our case, no. Did the parent ever use any other last name? Answer is no. Where was this parent born? So enter the city, province and country. So here the entry is only for city and country. If you click on province, these province are Canadian province. So selected, not applicable, and then continue. About the parent. Now the next question gets asked about me. So parent's title, father, when was this parent born? Again, date of birth is entered. Did this parent have different last name when they were born? No. Did this parent ever use any other last name? No. Where was this parent born? Enter the city detail and country as India. We were both born in India, so we selected that, and then continue. Now in the contact information, I enter the postal code. Once the postal code is entered and I click verify postal code, it gets verified. Once we come down, I have entered the contact information, and then mailing address, it automatically gets populated. I just need to enter the street number, and then it shows the city, province and the postal code based on what has been filled. Do you live in an area needing a special delivery mode? The answer is no. Is the mailing address above same as the permanent address of the applicant? Yes. And then continue. So this is the last page before the submission happens. Birth registration, final review. So you can see here, child's name is given. So you have an option to go and edit any of these you find it's not up to date. All this detail goes on to the birth certificate. So just review this, and this is again parents detail. Again, you can go and review this entirely. This is the father's detail. Check the contact and mailing address detail. So it says all parent listed on birth registration must be present to provide consent and certification. In our case, we both certified. You can read the entire detail. It is offense to willfully make a false statement on this form. So be careful when you're filling this. Certification of child's last name. We, the parent, both parents' name, have agreed that child's last name or single name will be this. So that detail gets checked. And notice of cancellation and disclosure of personal information for birth registration. This also we check. In some cases, father is not in Canada, he is elsewhere. In that case, as long as both parents have a consent and you click on we, the parent, have read notice of collection of disclosure of personal information, this will hold good. In case Service Ontario wants to follow up with any question, they will send a letter only if needed. In that case, the other parent might have to do a signature and then send it back. However, when you're doing the online application, if you select this, in all probability, this should go and child registration will happen. So once this check has been made, right? Now, this is the last step where we agree needs to be clicked. Now, I will not click on this because this record will directly go to Office of the Registrar General. I just wanted to show you it's very simple to fill this detail. So I'll close this. Once you submit, you will be taken to the page where you can ask for additional documents like birth certificate and certified copy of birth registration. Don't forget to select this option, especially the certified copy of birth registration, which is required for applying for baby passport. Once you're done with, you will go ahead and do the payment, and once the payment is done, you will get this record which is for you, and then you will wait for the document to arrive. So that's the whole process. I hope it helps you. In case you have any question, please feel free to comment on the comment section, and thanks for watching.